Little boys and little girls, when they're 7 years old, an equal number want to be president of the United States when they grow up, about 30%. But then you ask the same question when they're 15, and you see this massive gap emerging. So we have this gendered socialization where politics is considered to be for men, leadership is considered to be a masculine pursuit, and women are discouraged from pursuing ambitious positions.
I think what happens is that if you do not have women there, then girls do not see that they can be that. So it's really what you see that inspires your idea of what's possible for you in the world.
I do disagree with Sarah Palin on a lot of issues, but seeing her up on stage there with her young family and her young baby was just beautiful. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could give this a shot as well.
There are some examples of films and TV shows that portray powerful women, but in general, the situation in Hollywood is pretty bleak. The emphasis on women's appearance affects more than just women on screen. It's affecting women's ability to participate in the political process. Ironically, the more power women gain, the stronger the backlash against them. And this phenomenon is most evident in the way the media disrespects our female leaders.
She's irresistibly cute, let's put it that way. In the way she presents herself, obviously she's attractive and all that.
Sarah Palin looks really hot in that hat. She just said that she doesn't know how cars work. Oh, that's crazy. Have you seen the hat on her?
Both you and Sarah Palin are good-looking women. I mean, you're attractive, young, relatively young women.
Kagan he's going to put on the U.S. Supreme Court. Isn't there such a thing about the aesthetics of the appointee? Let's put it to you this way. She's not the type of face you'd want to see on a $5 bill.
I think I'm going to send Sotomayor and her club a bunch of vacuum cleaners to help them clean up after their meetings.
Cynthia McKinney, the former congresswoman from Georgia, was another angry black woman.
Look at these ugly skanks who make up the female leadership of the Democratic Party.
Do you know that ugly hag, Madeleine Albright? Remember her? A psycho. She was the Secretary of State under Clinton. Remember, like a fat moron.
And now we have the Wicked Witch of the West, Nancy Pelosi.
I think if Speaker Pelosi were still capable of human facial expression, we'd see she'd be embarrassed.
Nancy Pelosi, get another facelift, lady. Another reason why it's very rare to find a woman worthy of serving in political office.
And it's bye-bye Pelosi.
And Hillary Rotten Clinton, her thighness, is no better than Dumbo with the big ears.
When she raises her voice, and when a lot of women do, it's, as I say, it reaches a point where every husband in America has heard it one time or another.
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
When press representations of women who are running for the highest office in the land are focusing, for example, on how women look instead of what they've done or their issue positions, that's got to impact the audience in terms of how they evaluate and judge those women. One of the things it does is it trivializes them. It makes women seem less powerful.
Media will write in the same way about a man and a woman. Senator X, who's a woman, complained that. And in the same thing, Senator Y stated that. So the man will get a stated, and the woman will get the negative verb, complained.
Women were twice as likely to be described emotionally as were men. And by painting women as more emotional than men, we perpetuate the stereotype that women are emotional. Therefore, they're irrational, therefore they can't handle a crisis, therefore they should not be in leadership positions.
A woman in power is often seen as a negative thing. We associate all the worst aspects of power, and we translate those to a woman seeking to achieve power.
One of the key ways in which media played a role in the primary was to talk about Hillary Clinton's ambition as though it were a bad thing.
When Barack Obama speaks, men hear, "Take off for the future." And when Hillary Clinton speaks, men hear, "Take out the garbage."
When she reacts the way she reacts to Obama, with just the look toward him, looking like everyone's first wife standing outside a probate court.
I don't know what they're getting at here, Tucker. What do you think they're saying about Hillary?
I don't know, but that is so perfect. As I have often said, when she comes on television, I involuntarily cross my legs.
I know you do.
Hillary Clinton had hecklers following her saying, "Iron my shirt."
And some people think you bring about change by...
She was frequently called a bitch in mainstream media.
She's a stereotypical bitch. You know what I mean?
Obama did great in February, and that's because that was Black History Month. And now Hillary's doing much better because it's White Bitch Month, right?
If she knew how it made her look, so alternately soppy and bitchy, she'd stop it, but she can't help herself, can she?
Her credentials were constantly questioned.
Let's not forget, and I'll be brutal, the reason she's a U.S. Senator, the reason she's a candidate for president, the reason she may be a front runner is her husband messed around.
Yeah, but...
That's how she got to be senator from New York. We keep forgetting it. She didn't win there on her merit.
Sarah Palin presented a very different image. She is the first national high-profile female candidate who presented herself in very feminine terms as a quote-unquote real woman.
She's the American dream. Women want to be her, men want to mate with her. I want her laying next to me in bed.
There were pictures shot between her legs of folks at the Republican National Convention. In a nutshell, she was pornified and ditzified.
I don't want to say she's a ditz, but last night my stripper's fake name was Sarah Palin.
Yo, let me tell you something about Sarah Palin, man. She's good masturbation material.
So Hillary Clinton tried to be properly masculine and properly feminine, and she lost. Sarah Palin puts out this different image of, shall we say, hyper-femininity, and she gets beaten up in really degrading, gendered ways.
But tonight we are crossing party lines to address the now very ugly role that sexism is playing in the campaign. An issue which I am frankly surprised to hear people suddenly care about. Reporters and commentators, stop using words that diminish us like pretty, attractive, beautiful, harpy, shrew, boner shrinker.
My worry is now that there were millions of people watching Sarah Palin, Hillary Clinton. I could talk about a lot of women that are in New Jersey politics. There were millions of young women watching this, and the messages that they're getting are just not conducive to encouraging them to put up with this kind of abuse.